Biafran Heroes Day. Biafrans and Biafran Heroes Day. Mental toughness and mental preparation on things that will come, on things that will come and things that is happening. As you are coming up online, invite others. And as you are inviting others, invite them to come with their pens and paper. They can also come with their slate. I also advise you to take the dose of your common sense, mental toughness, and mental preparation. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave us Psalm 150, from 1 to 150 that we should be reading. When he started this teaching, he said, during this time of Psalm 150, before the end or before the ending of this Psalm 150, a lot of things will start to happen. Mental toughness and mental preparation. We have dedicated ourselves to preach this gospel of heaven because my Redeemer liveth. If you don't understand the Bible, you will not understand Biafra. If you don't understand the life of Jesus Christ, you will not understand the gospel of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Jesus Christ said, why are you afraid? Why are you sleeping? Why can't you be awake even for 1 hour? When he was preparing the mindset of his followers. And the man Nnamdi Kanu prepared the mindset of his followers. And he said, if you know that you are born to carry this race up, it is your time to prepare your mental toughness. It is time to prepare your mind. It is not mind of power, Moscow. No, neither it is bullet and gun, but mental toughness, mental preparation. That's why we are here to remind you the gospel of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the reason why you cannot take the gospel of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and then Nnamdi Kanu out of our mouth. He said, Facebook will be bought over. That the Fulanis budgeted more than $20 billion to stop this gospel. And when you heard him preaching, he said, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, it doesn't matter what you do. Even if it is one person, I will pass this message. It doesn't matter how much you have collected from the zoo. It doesn't matter what you have done and how much they have budgeted. We will pass this message. It came to a time when he started giving program 2 times a day, every day. Then they asked him, why are you now running fast? He said, it is because we have to set this message straight. We have to keep it straight. We have to prepare the mind of our people for those that will understand. And in the last revelation, he said, everybody is not called to understand the gospel, but there are people who is choosing to carry this gospel along. When you go back again to the teaching of Jesus Christ, not the people who started following him, we are choosing in the 12 as the 12 apostles. Jesus Christ has more than how many millions followers all over the world? But at the end, he has been able to select only 12 among the millions. And these 12 happens to be the last ones. Then, as we are preparing your mind for things that will come, Nnamdi Kanu then said that these people have planned since the agenda of Usman Dan Fodio to carry the jihad in the top level in 2022, and nobody will stop them. And for this reason, they are going to start from Yoruba land to carry this attack. After he has analyzed deep how dangerous it will be if they conquered Yoruba completely before coming to Biafran land, then he said he has to go back and change the chip. You know, changing the chip. Only those that is deep in thinking will understand what is going on. He said, if what I am saying here is lie, please correct me. But if what I am saying is what we heard from Nnamdi Kanu, keep on reminding me and keep on reminding the chosen ones the words of Nnamdi Kanu. What I pass down here, that small message, anything you heard him say that place, please write it down. It is an evidence and how we are coming to bear him witness. The way we are coming to bear him witness so that the scripture will be fulfilled. The prophecy of Nnamdi Kanu will be fulfilled. That is why Nostradamus said, a prince will rise from the bottom of the trigger, which no man can stop. And his army will liberate the entire Africa. The gun. The ancient map, when Africa is dictated, it has the shape of a gun. And the original name given to Africa is the gun. The scientist, the geography, the analysis of this world, they said, if they give them the name, the gun, that means they will be able to conquer the whole world. So, they should give them Africa. And the Africa become their name. And the Africa has been transformed as a dump refuge, where animals has value more than you who is fighting Simon Ekpa. They created you and they are working with the colonial masters. Fulanis, the governor of Fulani said that they are not doing anything wrong by conquering Nigerians. They are not doing anything wrong by conquering Nigerians. And they go back and they back themselves up during the time of conquerism. Destroy and conquer. When God gave right for human being in the Bible, he said, go and conquer the land. El-Rufai said, they are not the first people who has conquered people. And we have our people, intelligent people, with PhD holders, master degree holders, graduates in the university. Then, Ohaneze Ndibo trained up their own children how to pass 200 and something exam, and they gave Fulanis right to pass only 2 or 12 exams and they become president. The intelligent one become a servant to a non-entity. And the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo now tell you that business is our way of life. And they have not been able to digest, to compare, and to contrast the agenda of Usman Danfodio. And they told you, if you have not understand the code of conduct of the world, try to go back to book, as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has instructed us. He said, if you want to hide secret to a black man, put it in the book. Then, Nnamdi Kanu and the Uchemefo, what is their secret? They used to go to ancient library in England to read ancient books. And there, they discovered the pyramid in Enugu State. And when they published the pyramid, we who heard the voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and we went back to find out the secret of Dalai Lama of Tibet. The secret of Dalai Lama of Tibet, he said that he sleep only 3 or 4 hours a day. Then, when you go back and watching Nnamdi Kanu when he was teaching, Nnamdi Kanu used to have sleepless nights to pass the message. Today, Simon Ekpa is having sleepless nights to pass the message. Today, Emeka Livingstone is having sleepless nights to pass the message. Today, Austin Okonkwo is having sleepless nights to pass the message. Today, Umuada is having sleepless nights to do the needful. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? The secret of Dalai Lama of Tibet. Because we went back to book. And as we went back to book, we found out the reason why Obama said that he has nothing to do with West Africans. Who told Obama not to give attention to West Africans? It was her younger sister, Zatuni. Zatuni told Obama, when Obama said, why is it that Nigeria, with all the mineral resources they have, they cannot be able to govern themselves and develop Africa? That he is worried. Zatuni told Obama, forget about those people in West Africa. Their life has no value. Are you getting it? Because we went back to book. If you go back to book, you will understand that we have to do this work by preparing your mental capability and your mental psyche. Are you getting it now? Because fighting Simon Ekpa is completely waste of time. You understand it now? And now, Simon Ekpa is now trying to prepare your mind for things that is to come and the things that will come. When you read the code of conduct of Europe, then you will understand the power of NSAS. And when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was shouting that you have only 30 days to stand on the street and protest, that the international community of code of conduct permit you, that if you people can be able to protest only for 30 days, your request will be granted. But telling you the truth, Fulanis are more intelligent than whatever you can think of in Nigeria when it comes to politics. Mana Igbo people said, Onye njenje, ka onye isi awụ amamihe. We don't rely on our elders anymore. Because in the Bible, they said, we cannot follow and we cannot go back to the sins of our fathers. And we cannot go back to Egypt. Are you getting it? Now, Simon Ekpa said, prepare your mind for things that will come. That we are going to have 1 week sit at home. Whenever election is announced, that we will announce 1 week sit at home. Then he think again, how difficult is it going to be for our people to sustain 1 week sit at home? Then I go back to Igbo Era TV. Igbo Era TV has a census and a referendum which he has conducted. The person handling Igbo Era TV, he said that he is not in favor of sit at home, but trying to think critical. Then he passed referendum that people should vote if they want sit at home. Someone is correcting me here. He said 2 weeks, not 1 week. Then he said, Igbo Era TV said he passed a referendum that people should vote to know if people is willing and support this sit at home, and those who doesn't support sit at home. Do you know the arithmetics? The arithmetics come 83% over 13%. 83% needed sit at home and 13% doesn't want sit at home. Then Igbo Era TV said that him who think that sit at home is not good has no option than to buy the idea of 83%, because majority carry the vote. Now we are preparing your mind, because we are 555 vision, and we prepare our mind, and we prepare to serve Biafra with the 555 vision. That's why I tell you that the 555 vision is ready to answer one single question with the 555 answer, just to defend what we believe in. Are you getting it? They cancelled sit at home, but they did not pass referendum. That is where you miss it. And one beautiful lady who is in this struggle, we know her in this struggle, undermining his fake account. She supported Nnamdi Kanu when Nnamdi Kanu come to the idea of sit at home. And Ngozi Ojukwu knows the importance of sit at home. But Ngozi Ojukwu failed to instruct DOS that sit at home is favorable. But she go on pointing fingers to those that will be assassinated, and those who said, let us hearken to the idea of Nnamdi Kanu when he said Simon Ekpa is coming up with a different idea. Simon Ekpa is bringing a new dimension in this struggle. Now, tell me why you will tell me that Nnamdi Kanu doesn't know that he has been betrayed. One single reason. Tell me one single reason. He said, those who sell this struggle, those who has collected money to sabotage this struggle, they will promise you house in Dubai. They will give you everything you need as a human being to survive like Ohanes and Dibo. But you are not going to stop what we are doing, because Biafran restoration has been ordained by Chukwukika Abiyama, the God of Eri, the God of Arodi, the God of Arochukwu, the God of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, the God of God. Then when he was teaching the race and how they entered back, how they returned, he brought the Star of David, the most strongest symbol in the world, the most strongest symbol in the universe. The Illuminati and the Freemason knows the value of Star of David. Anybody who knows when Nnamdi Kanu preach about the Star of David, please make it public. And you also will make Biafran flag, the one Nnamdi Kanu tagged Star of David. Make it public again to bear me a little witness in this teaching of today, because we work with evidence. We read Code of Conduct of Europe, and the Europeans told you in the Code of Conduct that if the whole nation stand up and protest against injustice about the Fulani conquest, that they will answer you. Fulanis know very well the Code of Conduct of Europe, of the world. Then they stopped NSAS. They slaughtered people. The governor of Yoruba State, he went and stole the camera, the evidence showing that they killed people who was defending green, white, green. They were singing Nigerian anthem. And the Nigeria killed himself by shooting people using their own flag of representative. Then that's now bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu back, and he went back and published the original flag of Nigeria. The original flag of Nigeria was having the Star of David in it. And the Britons, they know the power of the Star of David. Are you people getting it? If you are getting it, you make it go viral. Are you getting it? Ndi Igbo said in the parable of Igbo land, they said, Atuoro Omara, Omara, Atuoro Ofeke, Ofenyi Sinofia. But it is so appalling and so insulting and so disgraceful that the elders of Igbo land doesn't understand the parable any longer. That is why intelligence is said, the fools can also grow old. So we don't know whom to listen to. You can become a fool as you are a young man, a fool at 40, a fool at 50, a fool at 60, a fool at 70, a fool at 80, a fool of 90. Then you are an old man and you keep on telling us to listen to you. How do you think we are going to keep on listening to you when we have traveled? Those who is attacking Simon Ekpa, tag them all inside this teaching of today, because today's teaching preparing the mindset of Biafrans, those who believe in Biafra, those who knows that there is war in front of them, those who is attacking Simon Ekpa, tag them to this teaching of today. And if you can also give me a favor by tagging Simon Ekpa as well, for him to listen to this teaching. And if he did not start it from the beginning, let him play this teaching in his program. There is something I found in the Bible where God removed parables by himself. Okwu ọnụ ka Chineke ji wee kee ụwa. Okwu ọnụ ka o ji wee kee mmadụ. The power of air, the power of tongue, the power of sand, the power of sun. I found something inside Bible. God used by himself. He removed parable. He said, he told Ezekiel and Jeremiah, time will come when you people will stop using this parable. Time will come. Tell my people stop using this parable. And this parable is because of this parable, I want you people to beg Simon Ekpa to listen to this message. There is a parable which should be abolished in Biafran land according to how the Spirit is leading us. And if you find it funny and you find it that is not necessary, your comment is needed. Your advice is needed. Because before we choose this part we are playing today, we took oath. And before we choose this part we are playing today, do you know what give us the audacity to do what we are doing today? We took oath that we cannot be afraid of making mistake any longer in our lives. I am no more afraid of making mistake. Rather, I am ready to take correction wherever mistake is dictated. You know, I am still coding to tell you the importance of the message which Simon Ekpa should listen to. There is a parable. He should consult himself. He should also consult Ndezemo. He should also consult Ndakajiofo. He should also consult Ndizendiozo. He should also consult Ndigwe before he abolish this parable. Ndibo say, Onya turu ilu kọwara ya, ego ejilu nne ya furu ụzọ. If you know that Igbo people have this parable, please quote me right. And try to think critical and tell me if this parable is giving us favor. God by himself abolished some parable. He said, do not use this parable again because it's not giving us promotion. It's not lifting in the name of Chukwukika Abiyama. Then, let me back it up with another parable of Igbo land. Onye ajojo adefu ụzọ. That one is necessary. That one is important. That's why I ask you now. Do you think that Ejo ajojo asege, why do you ask? Nege jelun nege furu ụzọ. You have to ask questions when you don't understand, especially when spiritual message is coming up. Augustine Okonkwo can help you to this preaching. Pastor Allen can also help you in this preaching because we bring it raw. Nnamdi Kanu said, Ezie yozi, oziende nondo. Because a living human being cannot fight for Biafra. Those who is fighting for Biafra are the dead ones. Some of us have document covers our dead certificate before we join the struggle. Nnamdi Kanu is not a living human being. He is a dead man. Nnamdi Kanu is a dead man. If you don't know, you understand. That's why Eke protect him. Orie, protect him. Afo, protect him. That we can hear his voice. He said, Ezie yozi, oziende nondo. And Ezie yozi, and Eziende nondo. That's why he said, all of you who is born to serve Biafra and restore Biafra, prepare your mental capability. Prepare yourself for things that will come. And SARS failed us to change 1999 constitution. And now election is coming. You have seen P2B, the way they mess him up. But we are here inside this our gentle office to dismantle it. How are we dismantling it? Nnamdi Kanu said that the first agenda of Fulanis is to conquer Yoruba land. He said if he failed to do something now and they allow Yoruba land to be captured, then Biafran land will become the last. That means you see what divide and rule is doing. If they capture Yoruba land, then they will enter Edo completely. You know they have captured Edo. They have captured the Edo land. You know. And they have placed their monarch there. The Oba of Bini. Oba of Bini is listening. He is waiting for instruction because he is also descendant of Usman Danfodio. That is why they put him in, they come from Yoruba land and they dominated Edo land. Are you getting it? They are very close. Then they give you divide and rule. That in Wike, next in Wike will slaughter people in Obibo and nobody will call him for justice, equity and fairness. This is how they plan it. Then Buhari then come. He said, they are now the dot. They are the dots. They don't have exit. There is no sea. And you know, they remove Asaba, trying to capture River Niger, where Igbo people will have no sea to escape. Are you getting it? When Nigerian capital territory was in Lagos, do you know what they said? They said that there is sea in Lagos. That Babangida was in the authority that time. He said that because of the sea in Lagos, that Nigeria has no security. When American spies entered Bar Beach and they packed the marine for 1 month, studying Nigeria. After they studied Nigeria, they went back and they write information to Nigeria. They said that their marine has been packed in Bar Beach in the Atlantic Ocean, studying Nigeria, and they found out that Nigeria has no security. Then Babangida now, instead of creating security to his people, then he transferred the capital territory to Abuja and developed Abuja. Are you getting it? Are you now getting it? Because we are 555 vision. We will analyze it and tell you if you have your armor against Simon Ekpa, back it down. Because we have come to prepare your mind for things that will come. P2B now went to England to seek British support with all the big English he used to speak. And the kind of English which Abaribe spoke. Simon Ekpa laughed. He said the kind of English is what you are speaking in Aba. Do you think that the people of Aba will understand that kind of English? Nnamdi Kanu then said that he speak this kind of common English so that our mothers in the village will also understand it. Because our mothers in the village can also, because they have taken away our native language. But somehow our mothers, somehow they went to school. Then they mellowed the English down. The way our people will understand it, the mother in the village. Then, are you telling me that Nnamdi Kanu cannot speak vocabulary like Abaribe? Are you telling me that Nnamdi Kanu cannot speak vocabulary like Soludo? Are you telling me that Nnamdi Kanu cannot speak vocabulary like Nneamwodo? Are you telling me that George Obiozo, who has been an ambassador of Nigeria in America doesn't know the plan of Usman Donfodio and the Fulani conquest before Meeti Allah gave him the certificate to conquer his people. Is it what you are telling me? And now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prepared us. Deep teaching. Then they said, prepare your mind for things that will come. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew that he has been sabotaged. But he knew that Simon Ekpa is coming with a new dimensional idea. Then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told him, do not let devil enter you. That is what the critical, the opposition is using against him. But Simon Ekpa, the devil has not entered him. The devil has not entered him. Simon Ekpa is a warrior. And there is nothing that can make you to become a warrior. And there is nothing that can make you to take the title of a warrior without going in the war front. Do you know that Prince Charles went to war of Iraq and Iran? Do you know why? Even David Beckham went to Iran, to the war of Iran and Iraq. Do you know why? Because they want to become warriors. They want to become warriors. Are you getting it? Because someone like Emmanuel Mwankwo has nothing in his brain. They are not critical thinkers. And those who is called to serve Biafra, this message is for you as well. Because NSAS has failed. Fulani conquest is in your doorstep. Then tell me the reason why you will say that Simon Ekpa is responsible for the killings going on in Igbo land, when you know that Dangote trailer was what they used to transport ammunition in the southeast. Why did they fastly transfer the ammunition in the southeast? It was when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that he is going to change the chip of the Fulanis and put confusion inside them. For them not to go to Yoruba and they capture Yoruba land completely before coming to Biafran land. Because if he let them capture Yoruba, that means they will swallow us alive. Then he changed the chip. He said, no, it's better I provoke them now. For them to come and fight us first, while Yoruba people is getting alert. But as they are coming, they will kill us. And we will kill them. Is it what Nnamdi Kanu said? If it is true, send flower here, as you are watching, to bear evidence. And this is the reason why you cannot take the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of our mouth. Are you getting it? Holy, holy, holy. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Have you studied the code of conduct and understand the secret of G7? Have you studied the power of G7? And do you know who is the Prince of Peace? Do you know the dragon written in the book of Revelation? That they said a dragon with 7 heads will come, riding by a horse. And the Prince of Peace will come with a sword. And they fight the dragon. And they fight the horse, riding on top of the dragon with 7 heads. Go and check the agenda of the G7 and the G8. That is how far we have come. Do you know the reason First World War was established and the Second World War, and what makes Hitler not to capture Africa? If you want to know history, you go back to book. Before Emmanuel Nwankwoson and the people of your type will come and challenge 555 vision, I will ask you, who prepare you? Who prepare you to come and challenge 555 vision? We went for 9 months to purification to understand this gospel. And after we have purified ourselves, we came back and established this logo you are watching here. Written, if you've not read the book of life from Genesis to Revelation, do not abandon it. Because I will not burn my own Bible. You understand? Instead, I will burn my Bible. I will go to a reverend father and hand him over the Bible. I tell him, man, take this book. I will go to pastor and tell him, man, take this book. I don't understand it. I will go to anybody serving under Christianity and tell him, take this book. I don't understand it. But as for me, I keep my Bible very safe since I understand the power of Ezekiel. Since I understand the power of Elijah and Elisha. Since I understand the call of Jeremiah. Then I used to put my Bible in a very rampant place. But when I found out that the Bible is the most expensive book ever written in the history, do you know what? I don't joke with my Bible again. I now put it inside a very comfortable place where I know whenever I need it, I will go there and take it. Because of what? I found out that God removed parable inside Bible. He said, this parable, don't use it again. So as I'm telling you, that ilu Igbo, onya tori ilu, kowara ya, egeji lunne ya furozo. I don't believe with that parable. Allow our people to ask questions in things they don't understand. Please, Omada, I beg you people, World Igbo Congress, I beg you people to think deep inside this parable. Is it giving us, is this parable helping us? Why is it that our people don't ask questions? Because they don't want to feel ashamed that that is why they don't understand the critical teachings of Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, who has come with a different dimension. And for this reason, 2 weeks or 1 week sit at home whenever election is announced. Let us begin to prepare you. Then I will go back to the book of Ruth. For you people to go to the book of Ruth, begin to prepare yourself. When you go back to the book of Ruth, please don't read the book of Ruth to go to heaven. The one the pastors, Ayekinome, Chris Ayekinome, and all those Olympic pastor Emobai used to tell you that when they kill you, you will go to heaven. Keep that one aside. But read the book of Ruth like a novel. When you read the book of Ruth like a novel, then you will understand the reason why Ruth appeared in the Bible, and why Ruth make headline in the Bible, and why we come and accept baptism in the name of Jesus Christ. Mbaka will understand this kind of message as well. Before we embark ourselves to this message, do you know the kind of inspiration and the prayers that come to us? It says, Nge o dinwenum bia mepe igbiribo onum kilem gbasa otito gi. Gbata ọsọ nyere m aka o Chukwu, osebụla ụwa biko gbata ọsọ nyere m aka. Otito dịrị gị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ, etu ọ dị n'izizi ka ọ dị kịta na ekpo niile n'ụwa ebe ebe. Amen. Catholic people, do you think we don't read catechism? Do you think? That is why you give your children root in the baptism. Normally, your original name is Nkechi, Chidimma, Chukwude, Chinyere. But when you accepted baptism in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, then you gave your children root. Do you know what root means? Go back to root and read it like a novel. Then you will understand when the people of Assyria from the Babylon went and they locked the tap water, where water is coming to the land of Israel. They locked their tap. The people of Assyria, which the chief of army staff is Holopans. Ruth was a widow. The husband died out of maltreatment receiving from the hands of the Fulanese, the Babylonians. The husband died, and Ruth began to mourn her husband. Seeing the Israelite dying out of hunger, thirsty, and every other things, Pashoko began to kill them. Why? Because the Assyrians closed the tap water. Send this message to Chris Ayekinome because he don't know Bible more than me. Only that I don't want to preach this gospel as a Christian. I want to preach this gospel as a Biafran because I believe in Biafran religion. And then Nnamdi Kanu, Jesus of our time, Simon Ekpa, his disciple. Who are you to take it out of our mouth? Mmamde, kachinekemde. Ihe bonketi aka onaza. Go and read the book of Ruth. Then you will see when Ruth got tired seeing their people dying. Ruth went and dressed herself. She wear her garment. She put expensive perfume. And she went up to the mountain. We are the chief of army staff, Holopans, standing and giving order to Fulani Boko Haram militant who surrounded the fence of Israel. Are you people getting it now? As we are doing this thing, they lock up the tap water. Then, when you come down and see why water is very, very important and the agenda of Fulanese, when they asked for permission of Uruga, they said they need all the water side, all the stream side, because they want to block all the places where water is coming to Igbo land. The secret of the Fulanese is written in the book of Ruth. And that's why I tell you, I am not going to abandon my own Bible. If you are messing up with your own Bible, go and read it, not to go to heaven, but to understand it. When you understand it, then you will understand the reason why Mbaka made U-turn from one Nigeria. It is because Ruth went up to the mountain. They thought that Ruth is coming to do jolly jolly with the Holophants. Then Ruth asked them, "Where is your master?" Ruth dressed very sexy. She dressed very, very sexy, and she is a very beautiful woman. Obiwe used Ruth to sing. Ruth le, Ruth nwa agbọghọ ndu gị na-echetara m ndu Jizọs mee oke ịhụnanya mmadụ wee tọgbọ ndụ ya ọ tọgbọrọ ndụ ya n'ihi ndị ọhụrụ n'anya. For those who understand Bible and the critical thinkers, because Ruth went up to the mountain. Do you know what Ruth did? Ruth met the Holophants. He said, let us enjoy ourselves. The guide of Holopans, they were enjoying. They say this Israeli woman has come to enjoy. Then Ruth asked Holopans, don't you invite me with wine? Holopans invited Ruth with wine, and the Ruth called upon the name of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the name of God, the name of Eri, the name of Idu Eri kingdom, where the Star of David is located, and the reason why they put back, why Nnamdi Kanu installed back Star of David in our flag. When Ruth finishes with Holopans, she returned back. As she was leaving, they asked her, have you finished your enjoyment? She said yes. She said, open the door, I am going. I have finished with the Holopans. As Ruth entered inside the fence of Israelites, he went and met the king, who is following. Let him write me the name of the king when Ruth was involved. I know it, but I have right also to forget. Then Ruth put hands inside her purse and brought out something. He said, which head is this? They said, this is the head of Holopans, the chief of army staff of Buhari, the chief of army staff of Nebuchadnezzar, the chief of army staff of the Assyrians. And that was the reason why Ruth became a hero, and that was the reason you were giving your children, and under baptism, you give them Ruth. Are you then going back to the book of Esther? Then go back to the book of Esther. Then when you understand the book of Esther, you will understand why Esther existed in the Bible. The time the king was invoked, he said, Esther, he said he gave order to go and eliminate Israel, just like Buhari is giving order today. Then Esther was favored because Esther is a slave, but favored to marry to chief of army staff as well. But Esther went on her knees and become a very peaceful woman that can be able to calm down the heart of chief of army staff, those people who is killing us today. And these people sleep with Igbo women. Those Igbo women they are sleeping with, what is their own job? Are they telling them stop killing our people? Are they telling them, why are you killing our people? But you can open up your body for them to penetrate and pregnant you. And after they pregnant you, they will give birth like Emmanuel Wankwo. Are you getting it? For you to come back and begin to attack Simon Ekpa. Deep analysis. Because we have taken oath to defend this struggle. Are you getting it now? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you can never take away the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out of our mouth. The Jesus of our time. And if you do that, it means that you are now giving them the right to kill anybody that his name is Nnamdi Kanu. His name is Nnamdi. Just like they are killing anybody who mentioned the name of Jesus Christ in the north. Did your people really understand the power of Ottoman Empire that time? when Ottoman Empire was dominating, they were taking power from the Roman Empire then. Did you people really know? Why Miriam, the mother of Constantine, got her own vision to go back to Jerusalem and the search for the cross where Jesus Christ was killed. The origin of the legalization of cross in this world. Who is the person who found the real cross where Jesus Christ died? It was Miriam, the mother of Constantine, a former king of Italy. (247) Tell him I am deep in spirit now. I cannot. I don't want to go away. Then, when Ottoman Empire came and regained power, Ottoman Empire, they are the Babylons. They are the Babylonians which God destroyed. The people who escaped, they formed Ottoman Empire and they begin to dominate. That time, it was time of conquer. When God gave power to conquer. Roman Empire was powerful then. And the Roman Empire, when they were dominating, when you go to the book of, when you go to the last book of Old Testament, the Maccabees, the book of Maccabees, then you will understand when Jonathan ran to Rome and signed ally with the king of Rome then, the Roman Empire. Then he ran and signed ally with them for them to come and save Israel, which Nnamdi Kanu has been traveling all around. Then he signed ally with Cho Ayaba, the Ambazonia leader. He signed ally with other people, just like they signed ally with the Portuguese then, so like they signed ally with the France then. You understand? That is how they ran there and they signed ally with these people then, with Roman Empire. But the power of Roman Empire began to go down. Miriam, the mother of Constantine, had a dream. They told her, go and search for the real cross where Jesus Christ was born, was killed. After 500 years of the death of Jesus Christ, Miriam, the mother of Constantine, former king of Rome, she went to Jerusalem and said that they need to dig out anywhere that cross is buried. Me and you knows that Jesus Christ was killed left and right. The two criminals, one who said, if you say that you are son of man, save yourself and save us. Like Emmanuel Nwankwo, who is doubting what Nnamdi Kanu said. Listen to Simon Ekpa, he is bringing a new dimension. Then, they went on and begin to dig the hole and begin to dig hole until they got the real cross where Jesus Christ was killed. There are a lot of cross inside that grave. At least, witness said, they killed one who said, my Lord and my God, remember me in your paradise. And the other one, like Emmanuel Nwankwo, who said, if you say that you are Simon Ekpa, show us your new dimension. Seeing is believing. Your father and your mother is sitting at home. Emmanuel Nwankwo. And if you think they are not sitting at home, go and ask Igbo Era TV. Igbo Era TV has passed a referendum. 83 against 13. And from there, Igbo Era TV said, he did not support sit at home, but majority carried the vote. Are you getting it? Emmanuel Nwankwo, I have nothing to tell you than to educate you. That is that is what I owe you and the people of your type who is attacking Simon Ekpa. Let me try to modelize this 419 you are calling Simon Ekpa. When the attack of Simon Ekpa started, do you know what? I told you that Simon Ekpa is angels and demon. And if you want to understand Simon Ekpa, you need to go and read the Angels and Demon by Dan Brown, Robert Landon, and the Victoria Vetra. Because Nnamdi Kanu told us to go back to book. From there you will understand the power of antimatter canister. Then you will know why apostrophe is removed out of King James Version. We have to change the mindset of the Fulanis to come and they fight us first. Because if they dominate Yoruba 100%, the people who will then fight us will be too much. That is why P2B, when he went to England, they told him, from PDP, you cannot make it. Go and create another group, Labour Congress, because you want to work. You forgot that Michael Okpara wanted, the ideology of Michael Okpara, to put every Igbo person in farm where we cannot circulate all over the world and defend our land, was the idea of Michael Okpara. Agriculture, working inside a refinery. During the time of Michael Okpara, Igbo people are the people who is working in a refinery. Do you see me reading any book? It is because we are loaded. If you don't read history, you will not be able to back yourself up with evidences. Are you getting it? Do you know that if you have ever heard about Hitler? When Hitler was leading the war, there is a small arrow which Hitler used to have in his hand. When he lifted that arrow up, he would say, "Go, go." German people will gain energy and they begin to fight. Do you know that that arrow is the same arrow they put inside the rim of Jesus Christ? Do you know? Emmanuel Nwankwo, your capacity has not come up to this level. Emmanuel Nwankwo, you have to go to Cambridge. You have to go to subdoctorate before you can be able to challenge 555 vision, because we back ourselves with a lot of history. That's Luger, that arrow, exactly that arrow they put inside Jesus Christ. That was the arrow which Hitler used to fight for German people, the Deutschland. There is power inside the blood of Jesus Christ. Mighty power. That's why they said, there is power mighty in the blood. There is power mighty in the blood. There is power mighty in the blood of Jesus Christ. There is power mighty in the blood. I will not attack Simon Ekpa, and I will not burn my Bible. The tough archaeologists of this world said that the world history can never be complete until Africa is revisited, because the world is living in lies. Why should you attack Simon Ekpa by not preaching Idu? Simon Ekpa tell you that he know the history of Idu, but you cannot preach Idu now. There is a reason why Igodomigodo is the key. Are you getting it? There is a reason why Igodomigodo is the key. When Nnamdi Kanu was doing question and answer, I was calling. He did not pick my phone. Do you know the question I want to ask Nnamdi Kanu? If Igodomigodo is the key, referring of Nwaki, because Igodomigodo is Nwaki, the key that opens the key. Ebe kan ne key no? That is the question I want to ask Nnamdi Kanu. But he didn't take my call because of chains of calls. Then, my other question is, those people who is visiting Nnamdi Kanu, are they really telling Nnamdi Kanu that Simon Ekpa is holding Nigeria in a very bad junction? As an age na bad junction, a born here or a happy onyawa. Are they really telling him that Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa is now holding Nigeria in a very bad junction by 83% vote, which we counted from Igbo Era TV, sit at home, and the negative part is 13%, and the majority carry the vote. And that is why you should go back to the book of Ruth and then read the book of Ruth. Then you know how you have to sustain. Because Israelites sustained more than 3 months without water until Ruth went to the mountain and they cut off the head of Colopans. Then she came back and opened the tap. Israel began to drink water. Then Nnamdi Kanu said, whenever you are doing something to free yourself out of the hands of the oppressor, and the oppressor turn back and begin to tell you, please, na hapo meba ijim, na hapo godo meba ijim, na ge ma data na ihe na-eme ofuma. Gwagodum the reason Soludo yeji wero ga na DSS dungeon, and they told Nnamdi Kanu that sit at home is disturbing us. Tell me the reason. Tell me the reason. All of them now, Igbo leaders, are visiting Nnamdi Kanu, telling them that sit at home is killing us. Tell me one reason. Now, 555 vision. Are you telling me that Nnamdi Kanu is not dreaming? Since the people who is visiting Nnamdi Kanu is not telling them, is not telling him exactly what is happening. Nnamdi Kanu now is living in dream. Angels is transmitting the things that is happening and the prophecy he kept down 2 weeks before his extraordinary rendition. Deep teachings. Now, Soludo went and take Bianca Ojukwu, Bianca Ojukwu, the daughter of Ono, from Enugu State, where the pyramid is found. That pyramid now take us back to Egypt, where geography said that civilization starts from Egypt. Then that thing take us back again. The reason why Egypt become the strongest power, then the power of Pharaoh. I went and paid money to visit the bone of Tutankhamun. I saw the bone of Tutankhamun to get information about pyramid and what makes Egypt to become great. And that gave me back again the understanding why Bible said if Egypt fail to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, that God will descend on them again. Going back to history, then Trump now came to power to fulfill the scripture. Then Nnamdi Kanu was posing. He was posing that within some time, whenever election is passed, that he will go and like hope out of that seat, because Trump knows the Biafrans and the Igbo people. Pope Francis knows the Biafrans and the Igbo people. And the Pope Francis said, "Viva Biafra." Now, Chinese government is attacking him. Do you tell us that the life of those in Biafran land doesn't have value? Emmanuel Nwankwo, there are people who went to school. After going to school, they push them to pass primary school. They push them to pass secondary school. Then they push them out and put them onto buying and selling. And they registered your star. Say, go and start to do Mboka. Then you start to do Mboka. Nebu data all those old spare parts, congested properties, old stocks. Those who is living in Spain, there is a festival which Spanish government used to celebrate, the Fire Festival in Valencia. Olden days, Spanish people used to bring out all their old property on the street and tell Asian people, the poor people, to take them. But when crisis come, they change the law. Then they begin to build what they call cartons, so that they can be able to return their old things until Biafra is restored. And that is why Catalonia government is supporting Biafra. And the Catalonia government are the people who helped Biafrans that time of war in 1967, which Ojukwu led. The only reason. And when you go to a place called Tarragona in Catalonia, you will see where they put a symbol of Biafra, and up to this very day, there is what they call football team, Biafran football team, playing more than 50 years in Catalonia up to this very minute. But history take you all these things away, because you don't know how to couple history. The way God coupled us in this message is Nge o dinwenom bia mepe ibribonum kirem gbasa otito gi gbata ọsọ nyere m aka o Chukwu oseblo ụwa biko gbata ọsọ nyere anyị aka otito dere gị nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ etu ọ dị n'izizi ka ọ dị kịta na ekpo niile na ụwa ebebe amen. Ọ bụ unu nwa na-aghọta ihe a na-akụ na na-esend flower na-ede comments, onwe ndị anyị na-echetaghị na na-ede ị na-agwa ndị mmadụ enwe reason Nnamdi Kanu ji wee lesi anya ofu ọbata obie, and after na ofuru ọbata obie or say no. Let him give chance. That dike mwanwa ya munye mboba. Okusibike mboba eburu ya nisi. The only thing people heard on the advice which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave Simon Ekpa is, do not let devil enter you. But they did not hear when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu asked Simon Ekpa. No, Simon Ekpa asked Nnamdi Kanu, you say you are going to give us Biafra. How are you going to give us Biafra? Then Nnamdi Kanu answered him with a question. He asked him, Simon, are you a journalist? Simon Ekpa said no. He said, but why are you working like a journalist? The question you are asking and how you are operating internet is work of journalist, and you are doing this work even better than Shegu in channel television. You ask deep questions. We are expecting Shegu in channel television to ask. You asked deep question, which we are expecting Igbo BBC, IGBO to ask. You asked deep question, which we are expecting Punch newspaper to ask. You asked deep question, which we are expecting Vanguard News to ask. He said, are you a journalist? Simon said no. He said, but that is the thing that gave me the power that Biafra will come in our own time, because Chukwu Okike Abiama is with us. Now, are you understanding the secret of Nnamdi Kanu? Then Nnamdi Kanu now created journalists in internet. Everybody become a journalist to pass this information. He spread, he began to ginger everybody. He said, everybody, every one of you should go and begin to broadcast. Share this message and circulate it that human being will hear us. And as we were doing that, we had Susanna, an American journalist, begin to agitate. Our cry went to Susanna. Susanna began to mobilize American journalists and the American young girls who want to make history. And Susanna said that she is looking for appointment to go and deliver the information of the Biafrans in Washington, D.C., in White House. And she said they are not giving her the opportunity, that we need to press hard. Go back to the message of Simon Ekpa. You will see where all these flashy young girls are singing. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Biafra. Biafra. Are you getting it? Where are those girls? Where are them? All of them stayed behind when they see division between ourselves. They stayed behind. Because you cannot put your head to sacrifice for those people who divide themselves, who don't understand the scripture. I invite HOD, DOS, zonal coordinator and the street coordinator to listen to this gospel. The gospel of redemption and the gospel of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The Jesus of our time, Simon Ekpa, his disciple and his spiritual son. Simon Ekpa then said, since the lawyers cannot tell Nnamdi Kanu the real truth, what is happening, then he become a spirit and enter inside Nnamdi Kanu and take message. Only spiritual people can understand how you have to penetrate inside somebody's heart and take message, and you speak his mind. Then tell me, why should you go on using that kind parable? Onya to rilu kowara ya egeji lunne ya furozo. One, if I ask you a question, try to answer me. Emmanuel Wankwo, if you don't understand, ask question. Because if you don't understand, check the backyard, that place where Simon Ekpa is doing program. The other day he said, this symbol is green lion. And this symbol is the symbol of the brotherhood. And this other one, he is not going to tell you what it means until when the time comes, because what you don't know is bigger than you. That is why you have to go back and read Angels and Demons. Are you getting it? Nnamdi Kanu said, go back to book. And since going back to book is difficult, we have come to pass it to your hearing, that you should hear that Simon Ekpa has come with a different agenda. And you, who is championing Idu, to use Idu matter to destroy Biafra. And you are asking, why should Simon Ekpa hijack Umueri account? Umueri account is not made to sponsor Idu. Umueri account is made to keep the light burning. That light, Nnamdi Kanu, that lamp Nnamdi Kanu bunaka hiyawa spiritual light. Are you getting it? That light, because ndị Igbo nwere eke bụ ọkụ anyanwụ kwesịrị ị na-acha. If you don't know the power of sun, let us tell you why the whole world now is coming to climate change. Obama is championing climate change and the global warming. Then I ask Obama and Joe Biden, intelligences of this world, the scientists, the geography, and every other person. You can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. I challenge you to go and call Robert Landon and Victoria Vetra and Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, Wesley Snipes, and those our descendants like DDJs. Ask them the history of Igbo people. DDJs will explain. Robert Landon will now start another investigation with Dan Brown, because history is about to be made again. Only for us to bear ourselves witness that Nnamdi Kanu is Jesus of our time. They say he will come like a criminal. That the Prince of Peace will come like a criminal. When I used to have my teaching before, I asked you, who is the most strongest criminal in this world? A criminal without gun. He said, I will use truth to destroy Nigeria. A criminal without gun. That's why they cannot jail him, and that's why they cannot give him secret trial, because you have not seen him killing anyone. You have not seen him killing anyone. You have not seen Simon Ekpa, who is living in Finland, killing anyone in Nigeria. Na isi adịkwa unu mma. Na abụnye na anya ọkụ onye atinyere ọkụ a imi nyere eke. Ndị nwere mmiri ha tinye ya here. Ndị nwere aja ala ha tinye ya here. Ndị nwere ikuku ha tinye ya here. Ndị maara ndị eze mmụọ kpọọnụ ha ka ha watch ya this program. It is spiritual. Ndị aka ji ọfọ, ndị nze, ndị ọzọ, ndị kwetere na Igbo ga-adị. Anyị ejego mba. Anyị ejego mba. The secret of Vatican. They stole the Bible and they removed apostrophe out of the Bible. Do you know the secret? Because the book of apostrophe can tell you everything you want to know about the Igbo people. and the power of Igbo ancient kingdom. Enwere people, ndị Igbo nwere mmadụ, mana ọ dịka anyị nwere mmadụ. Yes. Anyị abago ime. Somebody from Igbo ancient kingdom, when Igbo people went and crown women and give women other title, a member of Igbo ancient kingdom stood up and they fight against it, and they demoted those women who gave women an other title. In Igbo land, other title, woman cannot take other title. What a man can do, a woman can do it as well. But in Igbo land, a woman cannot take other title. A woman, Nnamdi, she stood up and they fight against those women who went and they take other title. Because Ohaneze ndị Igbo don't even understand the culture of Igbo people again. Ohaneze ndị Igbo, nna ya nwodo, George Obi ọzọ, and ndị si okpured, ndị anwa jereje nọrọ ọdụ, ndị anwa hangi n'iro, asị ha stay outside. They don't really understand that they should abolish this kind of parable. Onya to really kọwara ya, egejilu nne ya furu ụzọ. I thank you all who is sending this light, because mụnwa bụ nwa eke, esi m n'anyanwụ wee bịa ụwa. Asị nwa eke, onye amụrụ na eke, esi n'anyanwụ wee bịa ụwa. And if you understand the power of sun, then you will know why they are now doing this global warming teaching, and why they are doing this climate change and promoting global warming. How do you think global warming will work? How do you think that climate change will work when Africa is hot? Because eke na agbadata dịka ọkụ, drying the ocean, causing more heat. And the scientists of this world tell you that if you didn't stop the power of sun that is coming down, that the end time will come. And me and you, who is born inside Christianity, knows that God said that he will not use water to destroy this world again, rather sun. Ọkụ ka ọ ga-eji wee mebi ụwa. Do you people get it? Please. Ana m ekwu ka ọ ha m n'ọnụ. But the only thing I want to respect is time. Esoghom na the people who is using that parable. Ekwu m ka ọ ha m n'ọnụ. Esoghom na the people who embrace such parable. Are you getting it? Esoghom na such people, because the only thing I can respect is time. That's why when we come, we will try to maintain time on things we do, so that information can be able to penetrate. My salute to King Nwa Solomon. My salute to King Nwa Solomon. My salute to him, and my salute to all autopilot members whom they were trying to seize, not to pass this kind of message. My salute to Umuada, who understand the power of protecting our land, who understand the ideology why Nnamdi Kanu said, listen to Simon Ekpa, he is bringing a new dimension. If you don't know how you will survive 2 weeks sit at home, read the book of Ruth. You are not going to die. The last sacrifice you need to make is to prove to the whole world that you are no more interested in one Nigeria. Then the whole world will open what they called code of conduct. They will then go and look for the code number that said, if this zone failed to participate in the election, there is every tendency and every possibility for us to hear them and ask them, why did you not participate in the election? And then Nnamdi Kanu said, instead, Igbo man will become a president in Nigeria. Or say, it is impossible. Because you cannot become a president and begin to service debt, which Fulanis have went to China and claim debts and put in your head. Then you will come to service debt. Then after 4 years, they will take you away. Then then asina nketa riense eze ejerewu ya ndị Fulani je no gbuo mmadụ unu apụta bịa tag ya kpọọ were and the Sahara report unu tag ya IPOB nketa riense eze eriewu eze erewu. So for this reason, Simon Ekpa, please meditate deep on how to eliminate that parable. Onya atụrụ ilu kọwara ya, egeji lunne ya furu ụzọ. Udo dịrị unu, ụmụ Biafra. Na mahadum ka anyị nọ. Mahadum meanire mahadum in Igbo. University. Ọkwa mahadum ka a na-akpọ ya. Marahadum. Those people who has one way and the another fight Simon Ekpa, please, I invite you to take your dose of common sense as Nnamdi Kanu advised us. Thank you all.